So let's go ahead and set up our production environment. I'm going to do it locally, but we could do this on a remote server just as easily. I'm going to jump to the file directory where I have my websites, and I'm going to create a new folder called loc.getsite.production.com. I'm going to go ahead and leave it empty, and I'm going to jump back to the command line. Now I'm using a program called iTerm, which allows us to use tabs, and this will be useful for us to create separate command line environments so we can easily switch between our development and production sites. So I went ahead and opened up a new tab by pressing Command T, and I'm going to rename each one of these to match the environment that it's for. So we're naming this one Development, and then we're going to name this other one Production. And so now on our production site, let's go ahead and navigate to our new directory. I'm going to hit Enter. Okay, we're in there. Now again, this directory is empty, so we need to populate it with a copy of our remote repository. I'm going to go ahead and jump back to GitHub, and as long as we're inside of our project, you can see what project we're in by looking at the breadcrumbs at the top. There's this bar here, which gives us some different addresses for grabbing the repository code. So we're going to use the SSH version, so we just need to copy this entire thing. And I'm going to jump back to the browser, and in the production tab, let's go ahead and do git clone, and then paste in that address. I'm going to hit Enter, and now it's downloading the entire repository into our local folder. You can see it was pretty fast. Now, if you're used to using Subversion, it's important to make the distinction that this isn't a checkout. We're not checking out a version of another repository. What we're doing is actually copying the entire repository. So our local repository is now standalone, except that through the git command, there was tracking set up between the local branches and the remote branches automatically. If we jump back to our folder, I'm going to go ahead and open it up. You'll see that it downloaded everything into this BAM change management, or whatever the name of your project is, folder. And this is where the git folder is. So for most of us, we'll want to copy all of these files and move them above this folder into the root of the site. And we can go ahead and delete the containing folder. Again, remember that wherever this git folder is where the repository starts. Okay, now I'm going to jump back to the command line on production, and let's go ahead and do a git status and see where we're at. We see we're on branch master, nothing to commit. So at this point, we've successfully cloned our development environment into a production environment. And if we do git log, you'll see that we have the full history that we had on our development side as well. I'm going to hit Q to get out.